Excellent credit file doesn't always mean a yes when it comes to a mortgage. We have to look at the lender's internal score. Each lender is going to have an internal score based on you. If you go to the wrong lender, they simply could say no based on that score. Hi, I'm Jenny from Your Mortgage Hub, and I'm here to help those starting out or starting over with their mortgage applications by showing you what you should and shouldn't be doing when it comes to applying for a mortgage. A client came to me recently who had an excellent credit score with one agency, and they said, Jenny, I can't understand it. My bank has just said no. And it was a flat out no, and they couldn't understand, get their head around why someone they'd banked with for years, they had a student account with them, then a graduation account, and now they'd banked with them previously, and they were ready to get their mortgage. They had their savings with them and everything. I explained to them it's all down to your internal score. A lender will create an internal score based on how what activities you've done with them in the past. So if you've lived in your overdraft all the time, that's going to reduce your score with them. Maybe you had a missed payment. Again, that's going to reduce the score. And they will look at that score before they look at anything, and they will determine how much they're going to willing to lend and how much deposit you need. So what I did with these clients was I said, simply give me your credit file for all of the 3 major agencies a lender will use. We can look at them, and based on that information, I will place you with the right lender so that this will go through. It will determine what deposit you need, because that's going to say what your credit file will tell us what that deposit needs to be. I did this with the client. We managed to push it through with a 10% deposit, but they simply went to the wrong lender initially, and they got a no for not doing the research first of all. So here are 4 things you need to consider when you're looking for a mortgage and you're going to a lender. Number 1, what will your lender's internal score be against you? Now, unfortunately, there's no way of finding that out really until you go to them, and they'll either say yes, no, or this is what deposit we need. But what we can do is we can look at all of the agencies, and then we match you to the right one based on that. Number 2, each lender will use a different credit reference agency. So don't come to me with an excellent credit score on one, and then we go to a lender with another who looks at another agency, and we wonder why they're going to either reduce the loan amount or increase the deposit amount. And the reason for that is they will look at them separately. You might have a lender that will look at one type of agency on the agreement in principle and one type of agency on full application. So we need to review all 3 of them so we match you to start with and we get the right answer from the off. Number 3. A lender might reduce the loan to value. So you might be looking for a 10% mortgage deposit, but actually the lender might turn around to you and say, well, we're happy to lend, but what we need is 15%. And that's all to do with the internal score with them and how they view your credit file. And again, that's why it's really important we check all 3 major agencies. And number 4, simply don't get caught out by not doing the research before. I'll put a link in the comment for a credit file report that checks all 3 major agencies. We can then review that and see what is the right lender based on that information and match you. So always check all 3 major agencies when you're looking for a mortgage and match you to the right lender. If you don't want to do that, ask your mortgage broker to do that. That's what we're here for, and that's what we're happy to do.